Okay, thank you, ma'am. Dr. Gopal Krishnan, I think we should start.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. And first of all, Honorable Principal Ma'am, Dr. Neena Sekhri, Dr. Anuradha Sekhri, Assistant Professor, Institute for Development and Communication Research Center of Panjab University, Chandigarh, resource person of this webinar, Dr. Poonam Sharma, Principal, Sentinel International School, Samrala. She is also the organizing secretary of this webinar. Dear fellow teachers from various schools, colleges, and from our own college. Today's webinar on advanced digital innovations and artificial intelligence together achieve more in 21st century classrooms is being held in collaboration of IQAC and Research Cell of Gobindgarh Public College, Alour, Khanna, and Sentinel International School, Samrala. I really applaud the efforts of Principal Dr. Poonam Sharma ji, who has taken so much initiative for this webinar, who is also the organizing secretary of this webinar. Before I invite Dr. Poonam Sharma, the organizing secretary of this webinar, I would like to acquaint all of you with some of the USPs of our college. Gobindgarh Public College is a PG college. It is a multi-faculty college. It is permanently affiliated to Panjab University, Chandigarh. This college is recognized by UGC under section 2F and 12B of the UGC. Our college is accredited by NAC Bengaluru. GPC is the eco-friendly with solar power generation plant. We are having a centralized RO system. We are having a computerized library. GPC contributed 1,400 points towards Maka Trophy, which was recently received by our Honorable Principal Dr. Neena Sekhri, along with the Vice Chancellor of Panjab University from the President of India. One District, One Green Champion Award has been recently bestowed upon GPC by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. One more thing I would like to say over here. If any of the queries by the participants, kindly send your queries in the chat box. Now I formally invite Dr. Poonam Sharma ji, Principal, to take on the further proceedings. Thank you.
Good morning all, and Dr. Anuradha, nice to see you virtually. Neena Sekhri here. Welcome to all the participants. Over to you, Dr. Poonam Sharma ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Poonam Sharma here, Principal Sentinel International School, Samrala.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
I feel privileged to introduce Dr. Anuradha Sekhri. Dr. Anuradha Sekhri, she is working as an assistant professor in Institute for Development and Communications Research Center of Panjab University, Chandigarh. She holds a PhD in education and Masters in Education and Chemistry. She has 12 years of experience in teaching and research. She actively participates in teaching, research for PhD, research scholar, and completing research projects. She has published more than 37 research papers in international and national journals, conference proceedings, book chapters, and presented papers more than 30. And she has taught B.Ed, MA education, and M.Ed students, and also in the Department of Education, Panjab University, Chandigarh. Her areas of interest include educational technology, inclusive education, science education, teacher education, and higher education, on which she contributed writing book chapters and attending workshops to update latest knowledge on teaching pedagogy. She has also published one book, Computer-Based cooperative learning strategies in chemistry classrooms. Effect of computer-based individualistic and cooperative learning strategies on achievement and retention in chemistry. She has successfully organized workshops on online teaching and learning for training of teachers through online mode. She has delivered lectures as a resource person in national and international workshops. She has also contributed a position paper to the state curriculum framework. SCRT Panjab for revision of curriculum in view of NEP 2020. Recently, she has received the Global Teacher Award 2021 given by AKS Educational Society. She is nominated as resource person by SCERT Chandigarh in the focus group of state curriculum framework in the area of educational technology, science education, and teacher education. She has also worked as a senior research fellow in the Department of Education, Panjab University, Chandigarh, and she has received awards as a junior research fellowship, senior research fellowship, and that is from UGC New Delhi. She has published many projects in the area. Few of them I am going to introduce. Evaluation of inclusive education in state of Punjab, sponsored by SCRT Punjab, completed in year 2016-17. Impact of privatization on quality and efficiency of higher education. A comparative study of primary quality education with reference to learning outcomes in government and private schools. That is also sponsored by the Department of Planning, Government of Punjab in the year of 2019 and 20. From surface to air, a quantum leap of the teacher teaching online during COVID-19. And her ongoing projects, research projects are evaluation of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme in the state of Punjab, sponsored by Department of Planning, Government of Punjab. And today again, ma'am is here with us to deliver a webinar on advanced digital innovations and artificial intelligence. As we all know, since 2020, we people are engaged, all the teachers, professors are engaged with the online teaching system. And we have suffered a lot. We have faced many a problem because we are not computer literate, right? So ma'am is the one who is going to teach us many a things today, as she has taken this charge too, a quantum leap of the teachers teaching online during COVID-19. So that is from surface to air. So today again, ma'am is going to tell many things about this artificial intelligence to us. And now even I request Dr. Anuradha Sekhri. Dr. Anuradha, I request you please teach in such a way so that whatever we are facing the problem as our teachers, they are facing a problem while taking the online classes. Now the number of apps are there. That is also the part of intelligence where we people are connected with one another, as today one webinar is also there. So through this webinar, we are going to learn and receive many things from you today. So kindly, please go ahead, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And thanks everyone.
Thank you
Dr.
so much.
Anuradha Sekhri?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Over to you, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words and such a long, detailed, elaborate introduction. Maybe that was not needed, but I'm really thankful to you.
That is needed, ma'am. That is needed.
Thank you, ma'am. On the very outset, I would like to thank both the organizers, Dr. Neena ma'am, Dr. Poonam ma'am, and of course, management of this college, Gobindgarh Public College, for organizing such events. And also, I'm very thankful for providing me opportunity to share my views with all the teachers from this Punjab and across the states. Maybe they have joined us. Just I would like to share my screen first. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for confirming me. On the very outset, I just want to start my lecture in today's my topic is this advanced digital innovations and artificial intelligence. Together, we can achieve more in 21st century classrooms. One thing I want to discuss with you people today is how innovations have changed today's classrooms, our culture, our working life. I mean, it's all about, not only about this pandemic has how affected us, but there are so much factors that actually interplay and also change our total, I mean, it's a renovation of our classrooms actually. Whole teaching learning process has been shifted over the night. And of course, we will be discussing more of the tools, more of the applications of this artificial intelligence. That is a complete overhaul of this new classrooms that we are entering 21st century. I'm moving further, the overview of my presentation, what are the key takeaways? So basically, I will be discussing with you the emerging trends, what is going in this present scenario, and of course, what is the concept of this artificial intelligence is, and of course, the future of AI in the classrooms, and of course, relating to this augmented reality, some tools I will be discussing and what the augmented reality AR actually is, and of course, I will be discussing virtual reality, what VR is, and what are the applications of artificial intelligence in our daily life, in the real world, in teaching process, in education, and what are basically the challenges and opportunities we come across, and how we can tackle all these kinds of problems. So moving further, what are the basically advanced digital innovations, which I will be going to talk about in this webinar is, I mean, there are so many digital innovations. There is no end if we talk about this word innovation, especially this present scenario. Now today I will be discussing with you this virtual reality, augmented reality, design thinking, and of course experiential learning. Because according to my knowledge, what we are perceiving, I mean, through this webinars, through through communication with the colleagues and along with other faculty members from various institutions, what the problem we address today is how to apply the innovations, how to acquire the knowledge and then apply and then implement and to bring and improve learning outcomes. I think this is the major problem we are coming across, because we are just entering into this segment. Initially, from last 2 years, day by day, we are improving, but of course, it will take time. This is a very slow process, moving from technological innovations to pedagogical innovations. And this is actually the journey. And in this journey, we have to learn so many things. Moving further, now, when we talk about digital innovations in education, what concept that comes into our mind is that why we should innovate. I mean, is there any necessity? Is there any need? Or we are just doing fine, as I have written on my slide. You just kindly put it in the chat box, because I want to make this session more interactive. I don't want a one-sided traffic only. So just you kindly put it in the chat box, yes or no. Do you want to innovate? I mean, or we are doing just fine. I mean, it's not a compulsion to always apply the innovations to, gain the knowledge. I mean, it's up to you. And you should be in that state to select the innovations. I will come into these in my further slides. I mean, which innovations are needed, which are not needed. So just kindly put it. Yes, thank you very much. I mean, this is the only way, because we have to make it more interactive. This is also one element of our teaching. You have to interact with students. Side by side, I will be giving some tips also. This tips you can apply not only in your online teaching, digital teaching, but also classroom teaching also. How to make teaching and learning more interesting. I mean, how to create the interest, how to arouse the curiosity in the students, how to make it more enthusiastic. I mean, and how to put more energy in the classrooms. Side by side, we are doing these things. These are the little big things, and I want to feel your presence. That is why I will be just chit chat with you, just interact with you, wants to know your opinion, know your responses. So moving further, I mean, the next question is, if you all agree that we need innovations, then the question is how, where, what? Where are these innovations? I hope my medium is fine with you. If you need to switch my medium, then I can also take it bilingual. You can put it in chat box also if it is fine, because sometimes this is depend upon the participants. If they are, they can easily understand, then it's okay. We will move further. My next slide. The question is that creativity and innovation. What is the meaning of creativity? Something new, something novel, something original. We are when it comes to, I think, difference between creativity and innovation. Creativity is thinking of the new things. I mean, you just apply your thought process. What should be the what should new I can do today? I mean, just for example, I'm taking example that in our daily routine, we are doing so many activities, and we always think that which activity we should plan further, which is some new, novice, something original. I mean, different from our daily routines. So innovation is doing those things. This is the major, difference between both. And this is very important to know the meaning, to understand the meaning. Creativity is thinking of the new things, and innovation is doing the new things. I mean, when you have some ideas, you just execute it, you just implement it. And the last is, what is the output, basically. So this is what the innovation is. And now, moving further, I was talking about that we don't know which innovations are needed and which are not needed. This is I think this is the basically, this is the major irony, what I can say, that today we have a lot of tangible innovations, but there are very, very few, very less intangible innovations. Because what are the tangible innovations? First of all, I want to discuss that is tools, technology. I mean, the digital part, the materialistic part, the business part, the industry part. When I will be focusing, my focus will be on classrooms, because we are more concerned with education process. So in this, here, what are the tangible innovations regarding the technology, regarding the digital techniques, regarding various the coming technological innovations which we are day to day we are facing nowadays, we are using nowadays. So what are intangible innovations? These are a sound pedagogy, a sound integration of technology with pedagogy. What are the strategies? What are the techniques? We know how to use these innovations, apply in classrooms. I have just underlined this pedagogical innovations because this is much needed and this is missing. The problem is that we have tangible innovations, but we have very few, or I can say this is a slow process that is emerging from technological innovations when we are moving towards pedagogical innovations. This process is very, very small, very slow process. But of course, it will emerge, and we are day by day, we are moving towards this rise of this pedagogical innovations. Actually, we need those kinds of innovations in which we have a sound pedagogical theory inbuilt in those innovations. And nowadays, what we are doing, that throwing the technology into the classrooms, throwing the computer, throwing the digital tools into the online classes is not innovation. That is why we are not successful in achieving the improved learning outcomes. Why the quality is low? Why the students are not motivated to attend the classes? This is the major issue, that we need to integrate this technology with pedagogy. This is another issue which is reported. Now the question arises, what works, what does not work, and how to go by it. And how to go by it, we are here. We will learn new things. We will use these. Because in 21st century classrooms, when we are talking about how to create the culture of innovations, how to build the momentum to support these classrooms, we have to rethink our goals. We have to think new strategies, right? We have to support the educators, and this can only be done by planning. This can only be done by efforts. We have to put a lot of efforts to frame our objectives, to select the strategies, and to support the teachers, basically the educators, because they need our support. And of course, when it comes that why should we innovate, because the reality is that there is so much competition nowadays. I mean, to differentiate, to survive in the new markets. I mean, because you people all agree that the jobs are now going to change. The future trends which are emerging is that now totally there's an overhaul. I mean, the needs of industry, the jobs, the present careers, the choices, everything is going to change. The skills you have been trained with, especially when I am talking to teachers, and of course, if there are students, that there is a complete, I mean, a shift. The training you have got in your skills, that will not able to survive you in the future jobs. I mean, even if you want to now update yourself, you have to update your skills. We required a lot of training for that. And this is much needed. You people all agree with me on one fact, that in the coming times, in the future times, we need a lot of training, a lot of new knowledge, a lot of technology. We have to learn, I mean, a lot to survive in our fields. So this is KPMG Google report, and it was highlighted, I mean, it was clearly highlighted that when we need to survive, to get employable in the job markets, we have to reskill. We have, even for the entrepreneurship, I mean, growth sets, we have to continuously reskill in order to survive. And I think this is the truth we all have confronted because of this pandemic. New changes we are confronting day by day, and we are realizing there is a need to upskill, to reskill. This is very important, and this is the new, I mean, concept given by this OECD and also World Economic Forum, that we need to upskill and reskill, and this is the future for India's global workforce. The upskilling is that you have to add the new skills. I mean, for example, you have to learn the digital tools. I mean, from last 2 years, you learn how to take the online classes, how to develop e-content videos. I mean, there are not many things you learn. You have to add new skills. And when it comes to reskill means whatever you have already trained, you have already learned, you have to polish that. You have to gain the new knowledge to survive in this, I mean, job markets in your profession, actually. Basically, what we are doing, we are moving from soft skills to professional skills, actually. Now, the time has changed that only soft skills will not help. But somewhere in this, I mean, present scenario, there are so many, I mean, institutions or places or the countries where even the people do not learn the soft skills also. But the day-by-day improvements, we are moving even to now. The trend is, this is a very good model given by this Professor Walter, growth and work industry neutral growth skills. I mean, this kind of skills are now needed in the job market. And I will show what are these neutral growth skills are, because these all things are linked to the innovation. And I thought I must share this. These are the new trends. These are the present scenario, which is going to be the future, actually. These are the 5 skills, which is, I mean, highlighted. This is creativity, critical thinking, self-management, social intelligence, and attention management. These are the 5 skills. Now we are moving from soft skills to professional skills. And of course, we need some growth skills. Growth mindsets is much needed. Now, just let me know one answer from you, an honest answer from you. Please kindly put it in the chat box. Are we really innovating, or we are just digitizing the traditional teaching? Just be quick, participants. Are we really innovating? You are taking online classes? right? You are, I mean, learning new tools, new digital tools, writing e-content and everything you are doing. I mean, because of this pandemic, we have just shifted to online teaching, blended learning, flipped classrooms. Do you think we are really innovating? Is there any innovation, or we are just throwing the technology on into the classrooms, or we are just digitizing this traditional teaching? We are still using the 19th century lecture methods or traditional methods in the 21st century classrooms. I mean, if you agree with me, just put it yes or no, that we are still, just using the traditional, strategies in online classrooms. That is why it is not working actually. I mean, according to my knowledge, I mean, what we are reading in journals, in magazines, in articles, in newspapers, that why there is a lack of quality. I mean, why we are not, the energy we are putting in the online classrooms, it is not reflecting in the output actually. So yes, thank you, Gurpreet ji, thank you, Urvashi ji. I mean, this is a present scenario, and we have to improve this. And for improving this, we need some kind of tools. And of course, the question is that we have to make our students a good thinkers. This is missing in the classrooms, even in the physical classrooms also. This is not about the digital. Even in before this COVID and pandemic, even this was happening. So we have to train our students to become thinkers, to make them think actually. And for thinking, I think we have to build these core skills of critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, innovation. And for every skill, there are so many digital tools. There are so many teaching learning strategies, because being teacher educators, we actually train so many models, so many theories. We can integrate these with the digital tools, and we can improve the learning outcomes. There are so many examples I can share, but this is not the platform. Right now, we are concerned about other things also. Moving further, this is actually when I was talking with you. This is artificial intelligence. And when it comes, there are the two words, artificial and intelligence. And you all know what the intelligence is basically. Intelligence is your ability, to acquire and apply the knowledge, to carry out the abstract thinking, to act purposefully, to think rationally, to deal effectively with the environment, to adjust, to adapt with the environment. This is basically what the intelligence is. Now, when it comes to artificial intelligence, what the artificial intelligence is, because the definition, the concept, it should be very much clear to you before I move to the further, the tools, the application part. Artificial intelligence is basically concerned with the designing of intelligence in the artificial device. This is basically what the artificial intelligence is. This term was given by the father, which is considered as the of artificial intelligence, McCarthy, in 1956. Basically, the work began with Alan Turing. Then the McCarthy has worked at Stanford and MIT, and has been, it was basically started this artificial intelligence work in both the labs at MIT and at Stanford. And there were the two ideas in this artificial intelligence. One is intelligence and other was artificial device. Basically, a system with the intelligence is expected to behave as intelligently as human. We are programming the artificial machine to behave in a human manner. This is basically artificial intelligence is. I'm training this computer, this laptop to behave as human, to think, to behave intelligently, to do all the tasks. A machine, I'm training this machine to do intelligently all the work, so that I can improve my efficiency. I can take the help of this machine. This is what artificial intelligence is. Basically, there are two ideas, and the artificial intelligence is all about designing the system which are intelligent as humans. A system with intelligence is expected to behave in the best possible way. So this is the meaning of artificial intelligence. And as I have already told this, science and engineering of making the intelligent machines. Okay. So today when we emphasize the machine that can learn, at least like the human beings we are learning the new technology, the machines can even learn, they can think, they can mind, they can train. I mean, this is what the artificial intelligence is. I mean, it's the capability of machine to imitate the human behavior. We can build such systems that exactly do the work as humans do. And I think this is the future. This was started actually from 1956. It's not a new concept. Artificial intelligence is not a new concept. But the thing is that, but now from from last decade, and of course from this pandemic after this, this is going to bring a lot of improvements in the global industry at everywhere. Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Apple, every a big company, a big firm is looking for new research in the artificial intelligence, using this artificial intelligence. Amazon, even there are a lot of examples are there. They are looking for the new research, and they are improving using the artificial intelligence, and they are improving their efficiency, customer satisfaction. Day by day, they are bringing new features. Actually, it's a flood in the market. We can all agree, and we all experience. Actually, the thing is that we are all using AI, knowingly or unknowingly. We all are experiencing this use of artificial intelligence. The thing is that artificial intelligence, because some of us, or maybe you all are aware of this concept, but because we don't have any much exposure, so we do not know how to bring this concept in the classrooms, in the teaching, and of course we are learning this concept. Moving further, why does artificial intelligence emerges? Why people are using this technology, why it came into field? Because there was a lot of data. Data is the new oil, actually, I must say. There's a big volumes of data, and how to handle this data, how to use this data and bring and improve the output. This was the major issue. That's why we are taking the help of artificial intelligence, and that's called the big data. Structured data, a lot of unstructured data. So this is why we are using artificial intelligence. It was artificial intelligence in context to computer networks. It can be defined as the computer devices which can understand raw data. Basically, we are providing them past data, raw data, and when you provide them, it takes your information from your data and use those findings to arrive at the final results, the final conclusion part. Because you know that you all in your smartphones, we are using various applications, Amazon, Netflix, all these big large companies. They are using these kinds of platforms. They are using this artificial intelligence. What they are doing. They are just taking our data. They are taking our information. This is what they are doing. Actually, they are saving our data, and they process those data. Facebook, lot of WhatsApp. All companies, they are using. We are just providing data. Who is providing the data? We are providing the data. They are just processing it, and on the basis of the processing, they are giving us recommendations, suggestions. You can recall also. For example, when you just go for online shopping, I'm just giving the example so that the concept is more clear to you. You search one item. I'm searching this. I'm searching this mouse. Okay, I'm searching this mouse. When I'm searching this mouse in the Amazon, they are showing one brand, second brand, third, and just I close the window. And when next time I'm shopping, they're again giving me the suggestions based on the past data. Past data means I was searching. So in this way, they are continuously working, and same is the Facebook also. Facebook is also storing our data. When you search something, another time giving the suggestion that follow this page, follow that page. This is what they're storing our data. And in the lots of, apps are there in our mobile phones. They're also storing our data. And then they are using that data, given us recommendations. This is the process how this artificial intelligence is working. So this is the some of the applications in education when I'm talking about education part, because we are now we are concerned with I mean in today's session is basically for how we can use in the teaching learning process. So application is that we can use it in developing the content, smart content, data accumulation, personalized learning, adaptive learning, proctoring system is there, chatbots are going to be the new feature. And of course, somewhere teachers have developed this also, chatbots, chat compass. I mean, virtual facilitator, your AI, your assistant actually. This is how AI is assisting you. We all need assistant, okay? And how does it mind if we got an assistant which is actually very efficient? There are no, I mean, you do not have to pay any salary to your assistant, and always there to work, and also there willingly to work with the efficiency. This is what AI is. I will provide you this assistant today that you can use in your teaching learning process to improve the efficiency. ठीक है ना, किसको अच्छा नहीं लगता फ्री में असिस्टेंट मिल रहा है, एंड इट विल बी अ वर्केबल असिस्टेंट, एफिशिएंट असिस्टेंट, नो सैलरी, improve your teaching learning process. So moving further, these are some of the common everyday applications, because it will help you to understand the concept of artificial intelligence. I mean, face tapping, face recognition, gesture recognition. You are using it in your mobile phones. I think most of you will be recognizing as a locking for screen. This is the virtual reality. I mean, text or audio recognition. AI also work on the natural language processing also. I mean, they recognize your speech and your text, and on the basis of that, create the patterns. And you can translate your speech into the text with the help of AI. This is a very good feature. I mean, for advertisement, yes, artificial intelligence is doing, I mean, wonders. I can say on the social media, big data. I'm already discussed with you, Amazon and Netflix. Then medical, in the medical sector, telemedicine and various instruments also. Then for weather predictions, and there are so many examples, endless examples of artificial intelligence. Personalized learning, smart car, Tesla car, you have heard about it. Alan has given a company of CEO, they have designed this car, basically a self-driving car using AI. And the social media, surveillance, agriculture, in every sector we are doing, healthcare, no sector is left behind where AI has not entered. Chatbots, there are so many chatbots have been used. You have come across that on the websites in the banking sector, where actually the person is not available. The machine is doing conversations. I mean, you can easily there chat with the machine. They have put it the chatbots there. So you can easily converse with that machine, your doubts. I mean, so this kind of chatbots are given. And what I was talking about, your AI-powered digital assistant. This is a very good, I mean, tool, basically designed to help, I mean, the teachers, the researchers. This is very good. Utter.ai. Utter.ai, just go to your browser and type utter.ai. This is AI-powered machine, AI-powered digital assistant. This will help you to record your meetings, to record your lessons, videos, anything you can record, and then side by side you can convert to text. This is a very good tool. I mean, utter.ai. If time permits, I will definitely show you how it works. It's a very simple. You just type in your browser, and you can easily use. There is not difficult interface. So this is one assistant I have provided you. You can 6,000 meetings up to 6,000 minutes. It's free. You can easily record your lectures, meetings, and then you can convert into text also side by side. You are taking notes also. I think this is a very good application of this is the tool which is given to us by artificial intelligence. And this virtual reality and augmented reality technology is growing in every sector. I have already told you, healthcare, gaming, internet, gaming, Pokemon Go. There are so many games. I mean, the 2D, 3D games, which maybe you all have played. This is actually drastically revolutionizing the sector. And of course, one thing I want to discuss with you is that only 22% of all professionals are women. This is a hard fact to digest, but this is true. This is given, by UNESCO on Roundtable in their ethics, that only 22% of AI are the professionals. So we need to work more. So how to bring, fill this gender gap also. The one thing is that what they have given the recommendations, that if the one thing is that I'm taking 2-3 because I have to cover all the other part. So one thing is that we have to fill this gender gap. And the second is that there is no law on AI. Is it ethical? That is your data, your personal data has been preserved. In 2019, the bill was passed, but it is not legal. It is not made an act. It was just passed in the Lok Sabha. Maybe in future we are just making this a law, legal in India also, but in various countries across the globe. This is one consideration. This is a very matter of concern, that there should be a law for AI. It should be ethical. And of course, when we talk about digital revolutions, we need to be very inclusive so that we can easily cover each and every individual, each and every sector. No sector should be left behind. Now I'm coming to my new concept, that is of augmented reality. Augmented reality is basically superimposing our digital reality with the physical world, real world. We are just superimposing it. I'm just putting, it's a new technology. We are just overlaying the digital with the physical, with the real world. I will show you how this happens. Basically, there are 7 benefits of this augmented reality. The student engagement, the interest, how to create, how to arouse curiosity, understanding, how to work in the collaboration. Cost effective also, because some tools are free, some are paid. But this is going to be really very good. To experience the reality. This is very important. Augmented reality helps us, to make 3D models, to make 3-dimensional models. This is actually a very, very good. This is the example of augmented reality. I will show you. This is one tool, Adobe Aero, available in your mobile phones also, desktop also, window also, to create augmented reality tools, videos for students, for higher education, for school education. Both we can use a very good tool, a very simple tool, to create 3D modeling, to create a 3-dimensional models. How to superimpose. For example, this is my laptop. Okay, I just want to superimpose this image of mobile phone. I can use this. I can interact with this reality. This is what the augmented reality is. We are interacting. We are superimposing our physical with the real world, actually. I will show you a small example, which I have just because in a very small amount of time I have made this. This is what the Adobe Aero is doing. I will show you one example. This was the, I just do in 5-10 minutes. I was trying actually yesterday. This is Adobe Aero. You just download in your mobile phone. Or in any other, it's available Android, iOS devices, everywhere it's available, even on the laptop. This is the image. This is my laptop, and this is the image of flower. I just superimpose this flower on this laptop, and I can even interact and touch that virtual reality. This is what the augmented reality is. I will show you in my. I have just a small video for you. You can easily look if it opens. Yes. You can easily look into this video, how I have created. I can spin, I can animate also, I can trigger also. This is a small example. You can make such 3D models for your students also. So that they can easily interact with, how they can touch the reality. And this is a small example I have made for you, because there was, paucity of time what made at my end also. This is just how I have made. I have just superimpose these flowers on my laptop, on the surface of my laptop, and it can spin around. You can animate it. You can do other features also available depending upon your need. So this is, I think, very good for and when it comes to augmented reality. People are there using such, I mean, you can use it very easy to make in your classrooms for teaching the students the various concepts. I mean, in this way you can use it. This is actually what augmented reality. I'm giving you so many examples so that the concept is easily understood. This is skeleton, okay? I mean, you can, anything, you can take it on your screen. You can, so that the students can interact with the live actually. There are so many things which we can do. In chemistry, there are three-dimensional models you can make, because I'm from basically science field, so I've explored so much things in this. You can easily look into this picture. What I have done, I have superimposed this building on my on my phone. Actually, this is what AI is. We are just interacting with. I mean, we are just our virtual reality, and of course, real world, digital reality plus our real world. We are just interacting with both. You can easily look on this picture. This is very simple. There are so many applications available in our mobile phones for desktop also. We can easily use them to develop such models for our students so that we can teach the concepts clearly.
Dr. Anuradha,
Yes,
Anuradha, sorry to interrupt. Is it possible to show virtually that how to use this, if possible?
Yes, ma'am. It's a very easy.
Just give one example. It will be fruitful for the participants. They are eagerly waiting.
Yes, sure,
if
ma'am.
possible, kindly show.
Yes, this is the one example I have shown. That is, I have used Adobe Aero in my phone. I have just downloaded the application of Adobe Aero, and then I just entered into this interface, and then I just make. I have showed you small video that you can easily create actually. How to create this, I mean, reality Adobe Aero. You have to download in your mobile phones first of all, and then you can just use it. How to superimpose the one image on another image. These are another softwares also which we can use it. As Adobe, these are also free softwares. I mean, some up to some version it is free, and then we have some paid, but these are very easily. Apart from these softwares, there are also another softwares, AR Loop. There is another applications which you can easily use in your mobile phones, which can be easily looked and can be made in a very small amount of time. You can use it. And of course, when it comes to augmented reality, one very important application which I am going to share with you is the Quillbot. Quillbot is a very good, I mean, it's a, I mean, your assistant, virtual assistant for writing actually. It's a tool powered by AI. It's a very good for paraphrasing, because researcher, teacher, research scholar, everybody is now facing this issue of how to write the content. And of course, one thing is Grammarly. I mean, it's a very good tool which can be used, powered by the AI. This actually works on the system because up to some I mean, features are free. Then we have to purchase the premium version of both the tools. They are very good tools for writing. It's a good tool for paraphrasing, because sometimes we have to because there is a lot of copyrighted content and we can't use, we have to change the language, and sometimes we are good at English, we are not good at English. So you can use these kind of Quillbot and Grammarly. These both are tools. I will show you, I mean, how they work actually.
There's some open source also, free and open source. Good,
yes,
good softwares.
Yes, there are. These are free and open source also. The one I have, the one I have already, ma'am told you, that was actually the free software, because up to some there is a limit, because 6,000 minutes it's a free, and then they have to purchase the premium softwares. But I think it's a more than sufficient they are providing us. And of course, for Grammarly and for Quillbot, they are up to some characters, it is free, and then we have to purchase something. I mean, if you're going to I mean, further steps, then you have to purchase it. But these are very good softwares. I mean, even for plagiarism, Grammarly can be used for even for plagiarism also. Once you can purchase it, it is very, I mean, it can be used not only to paraphrase, but it can also be used, to check how much extent of your content is plagiarized. I mean, it's a good pledge checker also with your report and with underlining all the sentences, with given the resources also, the sources of the websites even. These tools actually, these tools are helping us, I mean, to improve the efficiency. But of course, you should use with care also, precautions also, because each and every time when we are using such tools, we should not develop the habit. Otherwise, it will also diminish our creativity. It should be used because whenever you have less time and you want some suggestions, some recommendations, only then, because in the meantime, we have to think. The thought process should not be stopped. That is why I'm saying that use these tools with the care. When it comes to augmented reality, there are so many challenges. There are so many pitfalls related to that, because being teachers, being individuals, a lot of training is required. We need a lot of challenges related to equipments, tools. These are not available. And of course, there are so many digital divide is there. Resources are not available. I mean, environment is not available. Adobe Arrow is available in the Play Store. Just go to your iOS, or I mean, it should be. I hope you have, updated your softwares of mobile phones, the updated versions. I have tried in my phone because it's an iOS and it's available in Android also. You just check it out. Otherwise, you can go for AR Loop. This is a good application to create. This is a very good application to create augmented reality. Now moving further, the next concept I want to discuss with you is design thinking. Design thinking is a lessons, for classrooms. It's a very, very good innovation. We all have come across, various using applications like we have the Amazon, Zomato, Swiggy, Uber Eats. I mean, they have all built their platforms, all markets, they come on design thinking. This is a very good example. Design thinking is basically used, to satisfy the needs of customers in a more humanistic way. To satisfy the needs. To draw and to empathize with the customers, with the individuals, with the human beings. This is a very, very good methodology, which, because we are more concerned with the classroom, so I'm just discussing this with you people, that how we can use this design thinking in our classrooms. This is very, very good, strategy also, technique also. It's basically the process for creating a problem solving in a very innovative way. I mean, it's a strategy which is designed at the very core. It's a human center. It's basically used to solve the problems of the human beings, and in a very creative way. This is design thinking when it comes to. There are 5 steps actually. The first is that you have to identify the opportunity and you have to design the process. Identify the opportunity, you have to define the problem. You have to empathize first. You have to look where lies the problem. You have to find, which is the problem concerned with the human beings. Not human beings, any problem can be there. Then the second process is you have to, design, you have to define it. You have to, how to go by it. You have to just plan it. And then we are going for ideate. Ideate means ideas. We have to think, what can the ideas we put it on? How can we use it, those ideas? And then we are going from prototype phase. In this phase, what the ideas we have just accumulated in our mind, we are using those ideas just to figure it out whether it works or not. We are just using it in the prototype fashion. Then we are once we think that it will work, then we go for testing in the field. Like we are doing pilot testings, and then we go to the field to test our ideas. And then that after testing, you can easily know the output. I mean, this process is designed because of to improve, the output actually. And because this process basically designed for the satisfaction of the human beings, for the customers actually now, because when we deal with the students, we can solve their problems using this design thinking in our classrooms. These are all the apps I have listed down. Augmented reality apps for science students, for maths, for for because of in schools, the Quiver app, very good app for painting, for creativity, for drawing, for students. There are so many apps. Google Docs. It's a free to convert text to speech. You suppose you don't have any time, okay? Then what you can do, voice typing feature is there. Google Docs, voice typing feature is there, powered by AI, free tool. We all know that we are using Google tools. Up to 15 GB drive, it's free, and it's more than sufficient to do our work. You can voice type, you can convert into the text. Suppose I don't have any time, I have to just create content. So what I am doing is that I will just open my Google Doc, and then I will just speak, and Google will write. Okay, this is the free tool. In Google Docs, it's the feature of AI, basically. And then Google Translator also works on our speech, on our speech recognition. That and also you just put it any of the language you want to translate. It easily gives us side by side the output also. It's a very, most of you may be using this Google Translator and Google Docs also. What I'm saying that knowing and unknowingly we are using these things in our life, right? So this is the actually what the virtual reality I want to talk with you. Virtual reality is basically, it's a creation of reality in a simulated way, in a simulated environment. You are using the computer technology to create simulated environments. Suppose I want you people to take a tour with me. Because due to this pandemic, it is not possible for us to go to to a spot, to a picnic spot, or to any tourism or any museums due to this pandemic. But we can go virtually, and we can go to a place where you can experience with your hands the virtual realities. We can go to so many places where you can experience the virtual reality. The use of computer technology to create the simulated. And I have listed down the tools also. These are the tools. These are tools which you can use it. To create the virtual realities, to experience the virtual realities. These are already there: Google Earth, Google Arts and Culture, Google Maps also, Dearpod also. These are the Google. These are the tools provided by. These are free of cost. Actually, they are free of cost, and this is a very good tool for students and teachers to use this. How to experience the virtual reality in the classrooms. And one thing, the major thing I want to share with you is, which is missing in our classrooms, whether it is digital, whether it is physical, any of the teaching, experiential learning. And most of the teachers, they are concerned about this experiential learning. And for experiential learning, we have to use various tools, various digital tools to bring, to improve, to bring the changes in this teaching learning process, to improve it, to bring, improve the learning outcomes, to improve the achievement, retention also in the learner. So this is very important. And for experiential learning, I must say that virtual reality is a very good pedagogical tool, which we can use it. And then I must share with you what experiential learning is, because some of you may not be aware of this experiential learning. Experiential learning is nothing. What we experience basically, when you learn by doing something, actually doing something, and what the experience you got is what you learned. And the key to involvement is basically the experience, and we are using the knowledge which is created by the experience is never forgettable. You all agree with me this. David Cobb has given a theory of experiential learning, which is very relevant in today's when we talk about this digital classrooms. And of course, one model which I want you people to use in classroom is also VART model, which is very good model. So we are in the group. Suppose we have 85 participants now. We all have different styles of learning, right? We have 4 different styles given by the VART: visual, auditory, reading, kinesthetic. In our classrooms also, there are different type of learners. There are different type of learners, and depending upon the learning style, we should use the teaching strategy. This is one tip from my side, that some students learn from visual, some from, some they learn by hearing, from speech, and other from reading. And this sometimes we require kinesthetic, hands-on physical activities, psychomotor activities. But one thing it's very, want to share with that, we are all the combination. People are real. There are some learn actually typically through one mode also, but mostly majority, normal population, we are the combination of all. So this is a very important model. I want to share that depending upon the type of learner, we should use the strategy. Moving further, this is another innovation given by the Bloom's digital taxonomy. This is a very good innovation which we can use in our digital classrooms, moving from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills. What we are doing now in our classrooms, we are just focusing on the lower order thinking skills, and this is very important. To mention here that we are just lying on the first 2, remembering and understanding. We are failed to move to the higher order thinking skills. This is the irony of this is the reality of the classrooms. Last, that is creation part is missing from our classrooms. Bloom has beautifully given us this taxonomy, moving from, this is for the cognitive domain. We have this hierarchy of thinking skills moving from lower to higher. So this is very, I have just mentioned the activities which we can do side by side. How you can use these activities while using this Bloom's taxonomy. Remembering part, when you are just searching the Google, this is only the remembering part. Understanding, you are just tagging, you are subscribing, tweeting. Applying part is when you are calculating, you are analyzing, you are editing. For analyzing part, for mind mapping, sometimes we are just using various ideas to collaborate, to arrange those ideas, and then evaluating, grading, the testing. And last part, that is creation of something new. You have published your paper, blog, something like a document you have created. For example, it's a creation part, and which is missing in our classrooms. So we have to take care. And one important thing I wish to discuss with you in detail is the attention management. Attention management is the new aspect, new innovation of 21st century. How to sustain the attention of students. It will be really a challenge when they return back from pandemic in the physical classrooms also. Of course, in digital, we have this challenge. Attention management is very difficult task, but how to prepare the students to manage their attention without any distraction. This is a very important issue which has been raised through the research also. And I was also talking about, this is one of the skill also, which World Economic Forum has been talking about, that how to help the young people to use the information technology more responsibly. You all agree with me with the fact that the students, they are just facing the difficulty of maintaining the interest in the digital classrooms. This is a very difficult part which students are facing. How to get their attention, how to keep their attention. We have to do so many activities in our classrooms, like class discussion, interactive opportunities with the help of tools I have shared with you. And of course, to manage these digital classrooms and getting the attention is a very important. How we can use this digital tools to sustain their interest, to sustain their attention. First of all, you just when you turn to your physical classroom, you have to just if they have their mobile phones, then you have to make them just turned off, give some rewards. It should be intrinsic, motivational rewards. I mean, when you are reducing the teacher directed learning and increasing the student directed learning, automatically the shift will take place. This is not, this is not a one-time phenomena. We have to learn day by day how to, change this problem of sustaining the attention to, alertness, to concentration, to more motivation, more, so that interest can be aroused in the students. Because you can easily, even why we are going on the students on this part also, being teachers, being any individual, you can easily look at the notifications, whether it's mobile, it is laptop, it's desktop. These are always there for us, whether it is email. All of the day we have to come across this, and this is going on. In this 21st century classrooms, in education, basically, in this, when we are talking about this era of new innovations, especially after this pandemic, we are focusing on how to train the teachers. We are focusing on how to, sustain the interest of the students just by motivating the teachers to use the new technology to new innovations. Teacher training is important. At the same time, learner training is very important. How to train the learners. I think this is missing from our present system of education. That we always think that when you train the teachers, then automatically students will be trained. No, this will not happen automatically. We have to train the learners also, especially when it comes to technology, when it comes to ICT. There are a lot of, because we are on the same platform. Even I think students are nowadays more advanced than the teachers. This is the phenomena. This is the present phenomena, and you all agree on this fact that students, they're expecting more from the teachers. And one thing I want to discuss with you is that whenever you are evaluating, you are going for assessment, always remember that you set the test for your students. What you really evaluating is the effectiveness of your teaching. It's not you are just, giving you them marks, grades to memorize the facts. No. When it comes to, assessment part, always think that you are going to assess how effective your teaching is. This is very important, because sometimes we are more focusing on to give them marks, which question is correct, which is not. And we just forget this thing that actually we are assessing how successful we are in bringing the improved learning out. And I think these are the 6 reasons I have listed down that why we are failing. We are just completely failing at the digital development interventions. Because sometimes there is a lack of research is there. And of course, there is a much increased emphasis on the innovation, and people actually don't know how to use that innovation in a productive manner actually. And of course, self-management we all have experienced during this pandemic, that how our work-life balance was disturbed. We do not know how to manage with ourselves. This is the biggest problem which we are focusing, and you all agree with me that and of course due to this commercialization of education, business markets, somewhere we have lost the quality also. But of course, the day is not far that the new technological innovations, pedagogical innovations are emerging day by day, but it will take the time. Of course, we need a dialogue between the intergenerations, because you all agree that if we have one old person in the family or anywhere at the workplace, we think that he or she do not know technology, she will not help us, we have no experience actually. But this is not the case. Every person, every generation, they have their own experiences, they have their own thoughts to to provide us knowledge, to help us in one or another way. This is the complete, I must share with you that sometimes we think that the older generation people are not help us when it comes to technology part. Of course, at that time it was not available, so they did not, I mean, there was not much exposure, but now there is exposure. But there are so many experiences, so many, I mean, difficulties they can share with us. I mean, they can also give us recommendations. I'm just highlighting that because this is a lot of generation gap is, I mean, day by day it is emerging, and we have to bridge this gap of intergeneration. This is very important. And one thing I want to discuss with you is that we just forget what the digital is or what the not digital is. You have to just make your higher education as good as it can be. Because the idea is to, the aim, the objective of education, we have to train the students to be a thinkers, to be a good human beings. First of all, this should be the, I mean, the basic objective. And of course, when it comes to principles for better online learning, the one thing is that good teachers introduce new thoughts, but the great teachers always introduce them how to think actually, in what manner we should think. This is the very important. Camera, online platforms, mics, devices, all these will not make you a good teacher. A proper instructional training, a knowledge of pedagogical principles, a sound integration of technology with pedagogy, that is very much essential. When it comes to learning, deeper learning, and it should be more durable, it should be effortful. And of course, we all will agree that the learning, which is when you do efforts, you always enjoy, and it is unforgettable. This is the, I mean, beauty of when you put efforts, beauty of learning actually. And one thing I want to share with you that this is about, I can also give you, I mean, it's a strategy, technique, or the tip, anything you can consider it. The one thing is that when you want to enhance the learning process in online education, digital education, one thing always remember, social presence is very, very important. Nothing can do artificial intelligence. Nothing can do augmented reality, virtual reality. The only thing which can do is social presence. Your presence, being a teacher, this is very, very important. And I must tell you, various instances are there where students are, they share this kind of things, that during this pandemic, and of course, when they return to their classes and all this, they miss actually the interaction. This is the basically a very, I mean, hampering their social development, social presence, which that every teacher, every student, every human being has missed. But now we have realized that whether you know technology or not, whether you know pedagogy or not, how to integrate anything, you don't know, but you simply use your voice, use your presence, it will do wonders. It will automatically improve the process. Actually, it will improve your relationships. Social presence is the one way to express your emotions, feelings. And because we are when we talk about digital innovations, how to apply the digital innovations, these things have to be taken into the mind. It should be consider it very important. Not from my side, it is from all over across the world. The teachers, the researchers, the professors, I mean, everybody is looking for the ways to improve this digital education. And that is why the innovations, when they bring out the fruitful results, they bring out only when we are using in such a productive manner. Otherwise, it will be just throwing the technology in the classrooms. So it's important to, I mean, I'm just underlining that to how to interact with the students and how to enhance their learning. This is very, very important. Skill-based training is important. You all will agree with me on this fact. But the one thing I've always advocated, one thing is that we need both the, I mean, technology with the sound pedagogy. Of course, when you provide knowledge to your students, nowadays, if you only provide knowledge and they do not know how to apply that knowledge, that will not, bring the results which we by the objective we are using. I mean, we are just then, if you're providing knowledge, we are not trying real world applications where they can apply the knowledge. The first question of the student is that why would I learn this subject, this this content? What is the use if it remains in the books? The totally this 21st century learners are very they are very smart learners, and they always ask that where you are going to apply your knowledge. This is very important, question also for you. This is also a digital innovation nowadays of open pedagogy, resources, practices, softwares. The access, as ma'am was also asking about one of the tool. This is the new culture which has been added. The resources were there all across all the world. The various universities, Stanford, MITs, Harvard University, they have their big reservoirs, and we have very much known to you the open educational resources. But the thing is that where are they located and how to use it? This is the major the question that is in front of all of us. These are some of the OER repositories. Merlot is there, Galileo is there, OpenStax, Book, OER Commons. I have listed down, these are all free resources. I've just listed down a few. There are so many sources of open educational resources. Our Indian resources are there, where you can use these resources to develop, because we all agree with this, we don't have so much time to develop the e-content, but we can use the e-content. These are some of the digital initiatives of Government of India that is developed by the Indian government, at Swayam Prabha, Diksha, NROER, Manodarpan, Pragyata guidelines, ICT curricula. These are so many resources, virtual labs. These are the resources which we can be easily used by the teachers, because the content is already there. It's you have to just look at which on which subject you need, and you can easily integrate in your teaching and learning. But there's another technology, another innovation is simulation. This is nowadays a very buzzword: simulations, classroom simulators. These can be used, to improve, especially when it comes to online teaching. That's a very good tool I have listed, that is FET interactive simulations. Sometimes what happens is that you want your students to experience the reality in the same way. Like a real. We are just simulating. If there might be some from the education background, teacher educator, that we are doing in the practice of simulated teaching. Why do we do simulated teaching? We do simulate teaching, to train the teachers that how, when they actually go to the schools, actually go to the colleges, actually go to the their field, how they can tackle the students. When they do simulated teaching, they exactly know how to train their students. Use various methods of pedagogy to use in their subjects. We used to do the simulated teaching, but now that was very old in the curriculum also. But nowadays the technology has emerged, simulated technology, classroom simulators. These simulations are available. You can easily use in your classrooms. That is, I have one listed as FET simulations. Very good simulations, which is available. Actually, sometimes what happens that you want your students to see virtually the experiment, but it was not available at that time. But now we have a very good reservoir, which you can use it. Online games are there. You can easily look upon that. Actually, these simulations are helping us, to use it in one way or another way. They just help us. There are so many, technology is there which we can integrate in, because you can easily look at my screen. This is one example I'm going. This is FET simulation. Suppose we all know that the pH of pH of the blood, the buffer solutions, it changes when we are using another, when I'm adding some of the buffer solution, the pH is going to change. So this is basically, they have given us experiment Virtual experiment, virtual simulation. See how beautiful it is. You can demonstrate to your students like this. I'm just adding water. You can easily, the people from science background can understand. I'm just adding water. Okay, the pH is 7. We all know that water is neutral, right? I'm adding blood. Okay, the pH is changing. I'm adding just from here. You can add water also. So in this way, there are so many experiments given. These are the simulations, basically. They have created the experiment for us. Online, nothing, you have to go on the website. You can select your, any of the experiment, you can go on that. The pH is changing. I mean, these kinds of simulations are there on the web, on the internet. There are so many other sources. These are free, of course. It's totally free. You can easily use it. Moving further, next, I want to share with you is pedagogy of happiness. This is a very, a good pedagogy which is evolving and using many countries where this is the new area of research. I mean, I'm not, I must say that it's not new area. It's if the time has arrived, we should use these kinds of pedagogy of happiness in the classroom, because this is very, very, very important. We all know that during the pandemic, even before the pandemic, students, they come across mental health issues. A lot of mental health issues are there. To tackle those issues, we need strategies. To understand those issues, to solve their problems. So this is that teacher now needs to be, it should work in such a manner that they should understand empathy. We need to understand the problem, the feelings of the others. This is very, not only in classrooms, everywhere we want to understand. Pedagogy of kindness. This is another innovation. I mean, we should not forget, technology will not work. Technology will not work. Surely it will not work. We need some well-being pedagogy, happiness. I mean, these are the new pedagogies which people are using all where, and students are expected us to use this kind of technology. And World Bank has listed, 3 basic skills which are, these are the needed for economies to emerge new with the new labor force, new workforce. That is cognitive, social, behavioral, and technical. I think this is a much relevant now also, that we all need to work on us also. And one thing is that when it comes to student engagements, we can easily improve it only when we involve them. I think through research and through inquiry. Only we can engage the students by using, because some people agree with me that teaching and research, they are the basically 2 separate fields. No, they are not. And they are actually interlinked with one another. And when it comes to research part, it's laborious part, you all agree. But if you do not research, I mean, which method is not working, which is, I mean, where is the problem lies, where? This can only be done through research, and this is, I think, the problem. And but now when we moving towards we are using the innovations, it is very important to continuously research. I mean, and also to publish your research also. This is very, very important when we talk about students. This is not about for the college teacher, for the higher education, but for the school also. Action research. This is very important technique which can be used by the teachers to solve their problems. I mean, sometimes you are using online platforms and you know that this method is not working. Then why it is not working? You have to do action research. You have to, find out what is the reason. In the similar way that we do the research, the similar way we do action research. The thing is that in action research, when we configure that, when we find out where the problem lies, we take immediate action. And this is a cyclic process. And then just it goes on. Then we find another problem, another action, another problem, another action. And in this way, it goes on. This is very important tool for school teachers, for higher education teachers, also for everybody. You can use it to improve the student engagement. Research skill is very, very, very important for learners, for teachers. I'm highlighting because there is a lot of, dearth of these skills in our classrooms. Because due to some curriculum or work overload, we just don't have any time. We are in so much hurry that we often sometimes ignore or neglect these kinds of skills. One thing I want to discuss is that challenges always keep us. This is very important when it comes to innovation, because when it comes to using the technology in the classrooms, lot of challenges, as Poonam ma'am has already shared with me before starting the lecture, that teachers, they are facing a lot of problems. And I agree with her, and you all agree with me that of course there are challenges are there, but we have to learn day by day. Where are the tools? Where are the resources? Because when it comes to technology, we need to be resourceful. And sometimes, of course, I can understand on the there are I mean, monetary issues are there. The funds are not available. I mean, everybody can purchase everything, and we are looking for open source software. And there are so many things which are available free, open in the public domain actually, which we can use it. And of course, when it if anybody wants to purchase, he or she, if it lies in her budget, I think teachers must go for it. But of course, first look for the free versions also, because some paid I mean softwares are very good, but it depends upon how much you can I mean afford or you can use it. But the thing that the things which are available, which are open source, we can use them also. We can take the help of those softwares, open educational resources. This is very one thing I want to share with it. And of course, great things they always come from the comfort zones. This is another issue which we all come across, that we have to do a lot of labor, a lot of hard work. When it comes to classroom community, our capacity to generate the excitement is deeply affected by the interest in learning. Why I'm raising this point, that especially in the conversations, if you with the students, I'm pinpointing that with the students, teacher and student conversations, if you do not realize their students that you are interested in their conversation, only then they will share their feelings, their thoughts. I mean, once you have built your rapport with your students, that they will share always your problem with you. You have to show them that you are interested in hearing their voices. You have, as I have told you, that you have to share the presence of one. And of course, first thing is connect. Connect is very important. Curriculum, pedagogy, skills, these are the secondary things. First is connect. Connection is very important. Because when we are using technology, we should take care of some precautions also. This is very important. Some welcoming gestures should be there. And the environment should be such that it should be conventional to the students, so that they automatically attend the classes. There is no issue for that. And of course, classroom management is not about the rules. It's just about the right relationships. Any technology will not work unless and until your relationships are not right. They are not, you have not built a strong foundation on that. And of course, one thing is that student is more important than anything. This I want to, highlight. I want to share with you that student is the foremost. Student is more important than tool, than technology, than artificial intelligence. Everything is secondary. First is the student. Remember always that. Everything will work if you fact. And the one thing is that you have to find out the ways to connect, ways to show your presence. I mean, if you are willing, a will to do is more than anything, any tool, any artificial intelligence, any augmented reality. I mean, this is very important, because nowadays what is happening, that this connection part is very missing component. Whether it comes to digital or physical, even in the physical classrooms, we come across so many cases in the classrooms why learners they are not attending classes properly. I mean, they are not improving the learning outcomes. There's a lot of issues that was addressed. The stress is there, mental health issues. I mean, these issues can be tackled only with the help of it's only help of presence of the teacher. No tool can bring efficient productivity, or we can say improve your teaching learning process, unless and until you are using any of the technology, but it should be integrated in such a manner that the students which are in front of you should feel your presence, you should feel that you are empathetically treating them, the students, in such a way. You are empathizing with your students, because there are a lot of challenges. Of course, when it comes to technology is available, advantages are there, benefits are there, but challenges on the same time are available. So this is very important to highlight. So thank you so much. This is all from my side. I'm just sharing a little bit views so that you can easily use them afterwards. These kind of technologies which I have shared with you, so many challenges are there, but of course it will work after some time. Day by day we are improving, and of course this is a struggle which this is a long struggle of 2 years. The pandemic has thrown, it's a push. In other words, it's a positive opportunity also. We are using this technology there. We are using these kinds of the tools which are available to us. So this is from my side. And if you want to share, you can, anything, any suggestion, any question in the chat box, please.
Thank you, Dr. Anuradha Sekhri ji. I think we all have got a lot of knowledge regarding artificial intelligence, and I personally feel so much enlightened by your lecture, and all the participants. Thanks you once again. I think some of the queries have been raised in the chat box. Please do have a look over them. And I urge the participants to raise their queries if they do have any.
अगर कोई कुछ भी पूछना चाहता है तो आप किसी भी लैंग्वेज में पूछ सकते हैं, बात कर सकते हैं, अपना माइक ऑन कीजिए और पूछ सकते हैं। रिसोर्स पर्सन अवेलेबल हैं। रश्मि बेदी, आपकी क्वेरी है? She is asking, ma'am, Adobe Aero is not available in the Play Store. Kindly tell us from which website we can download.
Adobe Aero is available in for the Windows, also for desktop also. Maybe their phone, they have not, updated the software of the version, because I have downloaded in my iOS phone. Adobe Aero is free of cost. You can download it on the desktop also. It's free.
कोई कुछ और पूछना चाहता है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं कि आप AI को कैसे सिंपल, जस्ट फॉर इनिशियली आप उसे कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं। आपने देखा होगा कि आपके जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो आपसे ज्यादा स्मार्ट हैं और काफी हद तक सीरी, कॉर्टाना, एलेक्सा इससे ही पूछते हैं। और आजकल तो बच्चे कुछ भी टाइप भी करना नहीं चाहते, सीधा वहीं से अमेज़न पे जाते हैं और वहीं से पूछते हैं। और आपने देखा भी होगा कि जो आपके फोन्स हैं, अगर आप पास में बैठे पिज्जा की बातें करते हैं तो फोन को खोलते ही ऐड आ जाती है जोमेटो से कि ये कॉम्बो ऑफर है और नियर बाई ट्रीज ये हैं। तो AI का यूज तो हर जगह ऐसा हो रहा है कि आप उससे बच नहीं सकते। तो क्यों ना उससे टीचिंग में लाया जाए ताकि स्टूडेंट्स को भी थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट आ जाए। अदरवाइज अटेंडेंस आगे आगे कम होने वाली है। बच्चों को लगेगा कि नहीं, हमें तो टीचर से ज्यादा आता है। हालांकि आप सबको पता रहता है कि जो गूगल देवता है वो सिर्फ एक नॉलेज ही प्रोवाइड करता है, उसकी एप्लीकेशन एक टीचर ही सिखाता है, पर स्टूडेंट्स को ये समझने में टाइम लगेगा। आपको कुछ ना कुछ इनोवेशन या नया कुछ तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा। तो इसके लिए काइंडली आप अपने क्वेश्चन रेज कीजिए। रिसोर्स पर्सन अवेलेबल है, आप सबके लिए ही हमने ये ऑर्गेनाइज किया है। In any language, she can speak Punjabi also.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Sure.
Punjabi आप कैसे भी पूछ सकते हैं।
There is a question. Dr. Sekhri? Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Dr. Sekhri, as I have received the affiliation up to senior secondary level, even I am going to introduce artificial intelligence in my school. So many of the students, those will come from such schools, right? Those doesn't have such kind of knowledge about the AI. So how we can start initially this subject where we can just put up basic knowledge. And on the other side, even I want to do one thing in my school, as we have taken it as a subject from CBSE, I want to start it with my middle classes, a basic knowledge to my middle classes separately. So I need some guidance in this concern.
Ma'am, one thing is that if you want to start it as a subject for your students, one thing is you have to, first of all, you have to frame your curriculum also. We need experts. We need a good experts on artificial intelligence. And of course, because when we start anything, when we start new courses in our schools or any institutions, the problem is that we have to figure it out, whether we have resources, funds available. And of course, the one thing is that if it is, suppose we all agree with that, whatever we have to make best out of it. Because if we wait till we have resources, then time will go on. And of course, we have to, the race by which the technology is moving, there is a big race, and the speed with which technology is, moving is day by the speed of light, actually. So when we have to match with this, we have to, yes, of course, we have to figure it out, various, modalities, that is separate part. But the thing is that, ma'am, you first of all, you have to frame the curriculum also. And because you have raised such issue, I want to share with one thing also, one issue, that I have made one course on artificial intelligence. I'm going to launch this course in maybe in the month of April, or in the May, April or May. I'm just prepared. I have prepared that course. And the same thing you were discussing, that you want to launch it as a subject in your schools. We have to do some planning part, ma'am. And the planning part, we have to a lot of things. Because it is for the beginners especially, then we have to a lot of things like what should be the curriculum, what should be the experts. And of course, you have to look for various things like resources in your school also. It's a collaborative effort. You can take the help of, because nowadays, because online classes are there, so it's also, it's not a difficult thing to start these kinds of courses and subjects in the schools. And of course, one thing is that, ma'am, if you are planning to start this course on artificial intelligence, one thing you have to be very much careful with that is there should be a proper check on the students also. The things that after doing, understanding these, when it comes to application part, we have to train in such a manner, they should be very much precautionary measures should be taught to them when they are using technology. So focus on both the parts of artificial intelligence and of course on the precautions part, because there is no law. Ethically, we are just on the process of framing the laws also. Just try to provide them knowledge of technology, because, ma'am, this when it comes to AI, it's it's a next level. Just, I think you should start from the basic level. First, give them some knowledge of ICT if they have. But I'm just giving my suggestion. Maybe I will be wrong or right. It's depend upon you. Just start with the basic one for the beginners, and then move to AI. It will be easy them to understand. Of course, my suggestion, if you want to incorporate that, try to incorporate pedagogy of happiness in the curriculum, happiness as a subject, which is very important to tackle the mental health issues. Because when you teach them this AI, this artificial intelligence, this technology part, definitely by the time there will be an issues related to mental health, stress also, because technology, there will a lot of exposure will be there, and you can easily understand the adolescent issues, adolescent problems. So we have to take everything. We have to consider left also, we have to consider right also when we start the new path.
Should we start it from the practical first or the theory?
Ma'am, theory and practical. Both could be. Both interlinked, ma'am. If you only provide them a practical part, then they will surely they can misuse. Somebody can abuse. Anything can happen, ma'am. We should give them knowledge, because this is the law of nature, ma'am. Theory and practical always go hand in hand.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, because this is very important.
Yes, ma'am. This is important because later or sooner
we need to think.
Yes, ma'am. Later or sooner, every institution has to work upon it.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your suggestions.
Any other query from the participants, or we proceed further? Okay, now I formally invite our Honorable Principal, Dr. Neena Seth Pajni, to present a vote of thanks. Dr. Neena Seth Pajni. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gopal Kishan. And I also here want to share that 2020 Global Teacher Award was given to Indian school teacher Ranjit Singh Dizal, and he was efficient enough to develop QR codes for the books and help the tribal girls and to make up their attendance. So attendance was high. So he was awarded with huge money as a global teacher award in 2020 only. So we have to change to and has to match with the technology. So Dr. Anuradha, your interactive and interesting presentation, I think successfully elaborated about that why we should change our style of teaching, and I congratulate you for this prudent and comprehensive deliberation on advanced digital innovation and artificial intelligence together achieve more in 21st century. I appreciate Dr. Poonam Sharma ji also for this great initiative to be part of this learning activity. And thanks to all the participants from various schools and colleges to be part of this. And dear Dr. Anuradha, GPC and Sentinel International School are beholden and indebted for your kindest gesture for sparing time for this vibrant presentation. Thanks to all the participants. Hope you all had a fruitful session. God bless you all. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Neena ma'am, for kind words, and thank you, Poonam ma'am, for giving me a platform, to share the views. And of course, it was very, it's a pleasure to take the session and learned a lot, ma'am, enjoyed a lot. Thank you.
Ma'am, this is not the first session. Even we want many more sessions from you.
Yes.
Anytime,
it will be
ma'am,
followed
anytime.
by many more.
Yes.
Anytime, ma'am. Yes, one thing, ma'am, I want to share because I feel so, because ma'am, I'm a straightforward person. Because when it comes to tools, to operate the digital tools, in such way, I have actually trained the teachers to use how to use. We have a separate hands-on training workshops. People were asking about how to use Adobe Aero or Otter.ai, Quillbot, Grammarly. These I teach them. It's a totally hands-on training workshop, ma'am. I wish I could help them because due to paucity of time also, but I'm sure to help at any time.
Thank you.
It will be pleasure to have you in future also, and preferably in offline mode.
Sure, ma'am. Yes, physically. Yes, I agree, ma'am. Physical interaction is better than the online, but of course, this is also, because this is due to this pandemic, even this online opportunity is better than anything.
Sushma Kumari, I think one of the participants is asking for the video of this webinar. So we will put this video on our YouTube channel, Gobindgarh Public College channel, and we'll share the link in this, or you may visit our channel after 2 or 3 days. It will be there and you can watch it, replay it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you. Have a nice day.